Known as the Long Island Lolita, Amy Fisher gained notoriety after she shot the wife of her lover while still in high school. In May 1992, 17-year-old Amy Fisher knocked on the door of her lover Joey Buttafuoco and confronted his wife, Mary Jo, about their illicit affair, which culminated in her shooting Mary Jo in the head. In the spring of 1992, Amy Fisher approached a house in Massapequa, New York, with a sinister objective to end the life of the woman who opened the door. At the age of 17, Fisher was entangled in a relationship with a woman's spouse, Joey Buttafuoco. On that fateful day, she resolved to kill his wife, Mary Jo. But what was the motive? Did Fisher take it upon herself to get rid of Mary Jo, or did Joey direct her to murder his wife? This dilemma would grip the nation as Fisher and Joey stood trial in the 1990s. When Amy Fisher met Joey Buttafuoco in 1990, she was believed to have gone through a difficult and traumatic life. Born on August the 21st, 1974, she shared in her autobiography, Amy Fisher, My Story, that she had been a victim of childhood abuse and had faced assault as a preteen. However, her mother disputed numerous claims made by her. Following that, she crossed paths with Joey Buttafuoco. Fisher was just 16 when her father brought his car to Joey's auto shop, where 36-year-old Joey Buttafuoco, who was married, was employed. By the summer of 1991, Fisher started taking her own vehicle for repairs, leading to a secret affair between them. Almost a year had passed when Amy Fisher opted to visit the Buttafuoco household in Massapequa, New York. She brought along 2 items, a t-shirt from Joey's auto repair shop and a .25 caliber semi-automatic firearm. On May 19, 1992, Amy Fisher approached the Buttafuoco home and rang the doorbell. It was Joey's wife, Mary Jo, who greeted her at the door. Listening to Fisher's claims about Joey's infidelity, she introduced herself as Anne Marie and asserted that Joey was having an affair with her fictitious younger sister, backing her story with an auto shop t-shirt. Yet Mary Jo remained doubtful, waved Fisher off, and turned to re-enter the house. In a sudden act of violence, Fisher launched her attack. She struck Mary Jo in the head with the pistol before shooting her in the right temple. The bullet shattered Mary Jo's jaw, cut through her carotid artery, and became lodged at the base of her brain. After fleeing the scene, Fisher left Mary Jo to be quickly transported to the hospital, where medical professionals managed to save her life. Even though Mary Jo experienced partial facial paralysis and deafness in one ear following the assault, she quickly managed to provide a description of her attacker. Joey Buttafuoco reportedly identified the t-shirt that Fisher had brought to the home. He told the authorities that he had given it to Fisher's father and conceded that she might be the shooter. Not long after, Amy Fisher found herself under arrest, yet the narrative shared by her and Joey Buttafuoco would diverge significantly. Why did Amy Fisher shoot Mary Jo Buttafuoco? In the aftermath, 2 conflicting narratives emerged. Fisher claimed that she was having an affair with Joey, who allegedly encouraged encouraged her to kill his wife. She stated that he had instructed her, "When Mary Jo answers the door, don't wait for her to open the screen door. Just shoot and keep shooting." In contrast, Joey Buttafuoco asserted that he and Fisher had not had any relations. Mary Jo told ABC News in 2019, "Joe was unwavering. He declared emphatically that he had had no relations with her, none whatsoever. I went home and asked him over and over, 'Were you intimate with her?' He consistently denied it and swore on our children's lives, leading me to believe he was truthful." During her trial in September 1992, the media referred to Amy Fisher as a Long Island Lolita, and she was characterized in court as a call girl. Attorney Fred Klein noted that to call Fisher just a high school girl was as accurate as labeling John Gotti as a businessman in New York. Ultimately, Fisher received a 15-year prison sentence. However, the narratives of both her and Joey evolved as time passed. In October 1993, about a year later, Joey Buttafuoco acknowledged the affair by entering a guilty plea for one count of unlawful contact with a minor. Fisher was only 16 when they were involved, which is under the legal age of consent in New York. He insisted that he never told Fisher to kill Mary Jo, and eventually Fisher took full blame for the incident. Fisher stated in 1999, as reported by a New York Times article about her parole hearing, "I have something to say to Mary Jo. What you went through was not your husband's doing, nor was it your fault. It was my responsibility, and I've spent the last 7 years trying to come to terms with it." In 1999, she completed a 7-year prison sentence and was released. Yet, the Long Island Lolita remained a constant figure in the news. After her time in prison, Amy Fisher embraced a life that appeared quite normal. She married in 2003, wrote a second memoir, If I Knew Then, in 2004, and became a mother of 2. The release of a tape she created with her husband in 2007 propelled Fisher into the world of adult entertainment, kickstarting her career. Despite the passage of time, Fisher is still associated with Joey and Mary Jo, who divorced in 2003. Mary Jo has suggested that her ex-husband might be a sociopath. The three have come together for televised reunion specials, and Fisher and Joey even had a momentary reconciliation. On the other hand, Fisher has disparaged Mary Jo in various media outlets, particularly after Mary Jo revealed her disappointment that Fisher had taken advantage of her notoriety to embark on a career in adult entertainment. During a 2008 interview with Steppin' Out magazine, Fisher commented, "Mary Jo is a non-entity. People are angry at me because I'm a millionaire. But guess what? So is Mary Jo. She made more millions off of what I did than what I made. She went on to say, I feel no sympathy for Mary Jo the millionaire. The fact that Mary Jo has a bullet in her head means nothing. I still have silicone in my boobs, and you don't hear me complaining. And she can't feel her bullet, and I can't feel my silicone. Although the lives of Amy Fisher and Mary Jo and Joey Buttafuoco have diverged, they remain inextricably connected. This unsettling relationship was born from a violent event in 1992 when Fisher entered the Buttafuoco household with a gun in her hand. Mary Jo experienced partial paralysis on one side of her face and was deaf in one ear. Due to the high risks associated with surgery, the bullet stayed embedded in her neck. Mary Jo has recently had surgery to address the partial paralysis in her face. Along with providing her with a facelift, Dr. Bobak Azizadeh also worked on repairing the nerves that had prevented her from smiling. Inside Edition covered the entire procedure. Mary mentioned that even though she has put the attack behind her, she is fully aware of the gravity of what occurred. It wasn't an assault, she said. It was an assassination. She transitioned into a new chapter in her life, embracing the peaceful existence away from the limelight, with only the rare television appearance breaking her solitude. In 2010, she married Stu Tendall, a businessman from Queens, while also launching her book, Getting It Through My Thick Skull: Why I Stayed, What I Learned, and What Millions of People Involved with Sociopaths Need to Know. While the story of Amy Fisher often captures headlines, it is crucial to remember that Mary Jo Buttafuoco was the true victim in this tragic tale. Her life was forever altered by an act of violence that she neither provoked nor deserved. Mary Jo's resilience and strength in the face of unimaginable pain serve as a testament to the human spirit. As we reflect on this story, let us honor her courage and ensure that the focus remains on the impact of such actions rather than glorifying those who perpetrate them.